All right, this looks very dark. Oh, there we go. It looks a little bit brighter. Let me set this down. I don't know where I want to put it yet. We'll hold on to it for a second because I got some work to do. But how well can you guys hear me? It doesn't look like it's very loud. I don't want to talk right into it. I don't want to mumble. Let me see if I can get it on my phone so I can hear myself. Because we are testing out some new equipment. Because we are big ballers. Big ballers make big baller moves. And I am trying to be a big baller. What's going on, man? What is going on? Do I sound good to you guys or am I bad? Let me turn this up so I can hear it. I actually sound pretty good, I think. I think I sound pretty good. All right. Right on. Right on. Let me share this. I think I already shared it on Twitter. I think I shared it, but I want to double check so that way more and more peeps can come in here and join this conversation for a minute. But how are you guys in the chat right now feeling about this pick? I feel way more energized with this pick. I feel that they have settled down. Oh, look at this. He's already tweeting to Darius Slay that he's ready to go to work. That is awesome. I think this is absolutely a steal. Okay. I want to go and make sure my tweet sent. All right. All right. We should be ready, able to talk. Again, I hope I sound fine. I think I do. Let me take a swig. But I got this new webcam, which I'm not sure if I like. I feel like it's darkening my room. I don't know. I don't know. It's a work in progress. But the mic, just got this, and I really don't want to hold on to it. But I don't want to. I'm not really set up for this yet. This is just a rough draft, if you would. But let's see. Let's see what we got in the chat so far. Let's see. Smash Boogie's in the chat. How's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. How's it going? We got 313 T Jackson. How's it going, man? Sicily Silsey presents. I hope I said that right. No offense. And then Jay White's in here. A minus for the draft. Yeah. I think that's a fair assumption. Only knock I think on the draft is just the fan base. Bob Quinn hasn't led us astray yet. Bob Quinn has done fairly well drafting for this team. Until he gives me a reason to doubt him, I put my faith in him, and I know the Lions are a bad team over the years, but nonetheless, until he proves me wrong or gives me reason not to believe in him, I'm not going to. So, how do I like our draft picks thus far? I think they're solid. I think we all wanted to take Oliver since he was available, but I'm happy with TJ. I think TJ opens up this offense way more, and he's going to be a solid tight end. He really has potential to be one of the top 5 tight ends in the league. So there's always when you have that plus side to have a top 5 player at the position, no matter what, you have to draft him, and that's what the Lions did. As for the guy, I still can't pronounce Jabroni is what I'm calling him because that's what I thought about him. He looks like he's going to be a different type of player for us. He's not going to blow you away with strength, but the dude is fast. He can read plays very well. He's a very smart player, and I think that is going to fit us very well. So overall, I like what we've done. Sills. I'm bad with names. It's nothing personal, man. It's just I suck at names. I really do. But I like what we've done so far. I really do. All right, you sent me a paragraph, man. Let me get a minute to read this. The thing I like about doing this on the laptop is the chat doesn't disappear. I can take my time, focus in on what you guys are saying, and give you guys legit answers. I like this a lot better. All right. Let's see. Yep. Everything we've done has been depth, and I'm with you, man. I'm glad we didn't take a QB too because I like Stafford. I think Stafford's our boy. I think he's our guy, especially when you pay him all that money. You kind of have to roll with him no matter what. So defense was a deep, deep class this year. So I had no problem taking a tight end top 10. Our track history with that is not so good. So hold on to that. But yeah, I like what we've done so far. I really do. Just through free agency, the draft, everything we've done, I've liked. We'll build on everything. You'll see this team really start to. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs or anything like that this year. I really hope so. But this season, you're going to see a different kind of Lions team. They're going to be a tough defensive team. They're going to be able to run the ball, milk the clock, and it's going to be a fun team to watch. It should be a very entertaining season, even if we don't win a lot of games. We should play football the way it's supposed to be played. Very tough defensively, pound the running game. Should be a great season. Great season this year. Z. All right, I'll call you C, man. Works for me. No offense. I'm glad you're cool with that. A lot of people get mad. Yeah, Ebron's a clown. Don't listen to Ebron, man. I'm tired of that dude. I really am. We added Lamar. I see. I have to. I was gone all day. I didn't get to see who all we drafted. If you guys would be kind enough to show me who we all drafted and tell me, I'm trying to find it right now. Let's go to Bleacher Report. They got a grade for it. But I was going to see Endgame today during the draft, which if you have not seen it, go check it out. But I am trying to get caught up, and I probably should have done some research before I hopped on. It's very unprofessional. But let's see what Bleacher Report has to say. Okay. All right, let's see. TJ Hawkinson, tight end, 8th overall pick. Great. Jahilini Tavihi. I butchered that one. Will Harris, safety. Oh, I like him. I think he's going to be good. Austin Bryant, edge rusher. Never can go wrong adding defensive depth there. And then Amani Oruwariye is the topic of today. So all in all, I think we were right to give this team an A minus, with the exception of Jabroni. I think we have a bright future here, and he might be turning into something great. I know a lot of you guys, my video yesterday when I talked about him, were comparing him to Troy Palomalu, and I'm not sure if it's the hair or what, or if it was just the realization that no one knew who Troy Palomalu was at the time. Um, Hopefully, he can turn into something like that. Again, though, I don't personally, I don't like comparing other players to people who are considered great players because it puts a lot of pressure on them, and they never live up to it. Um, I mean, you look at Stafford being compared to Brett Favre, which there was a lot of comparisons to him being Brett Favre, and obviously Brett Favre is one of the most beloved football players of all time. Just one of those guys that really, no matter what fan base you root for, you kind of root for Favre, and people hold him in a high regard. I know I certainly do. He was my idol, and I knew that was an ill-advised comparison. So comparing people like Kerryon Johnson to Barry Sanders, which almost seems like every time we draft a running back, they get compared to Barry Sanders, happened to Amir Abdullah, and he is no longer here. So I just personally don't like pairing new guys to some of the greatest players to ever play this game. That's just my opinion. They never live up to it, and it's not fair for us to do it. It's really worse than basketball. Basketball is the worst to do that in. Quinn's sneaky good. Quinn takes a lot of crap from us because some of the stuff he does, we do not want him to do, which is understandable. Um, it's almost like he doesn't care what we say, and he shouldn't. That's his job. His job is to get us the best players available no matter what. And he's doing that so far. He has done an extremely good job. I couldn't be more proud of the guy. I know 97.1 is going to dog him for the whole entire stint of his career that he is here. But you know what? I don't care. 97.1 can suck it. I used this analogy the other day. I'm not sure what I was talking about, but they can suck a big hairy sack because I am tired of them constantly, no matter what any Detroit sports teams do, they always dog them. The most positive I heard them talk about us was the Red Wings getting Steve Eiserman back. That was the most positive thing I've heard them say in ever. Yeah, not 100%, man. 100%. I hate them. And you know what? That that's kind of what most of us Detroit YouTubers are doing right now. And we're not leading you guys in blind faith. At least most of us aren't. Um, I get called a Boy Scout all the time for being a diehard Pistons fan, but I'm a realist. And those guys on 97.1 just constantly bash us for no good reason. We could make a trade that would just shock the world. I mean, we traded for Snacks Harrison for a third round draft pick, and then we traded Golden Tate away, and they bashed him. No, no, nothing but good love. Nothing. I couldn't even say I couldn't. It's not even tough love. It's no love. But what I was trying to say is, most of the people from DSA, which you don't know, check them out. Um, the Gridiron Blitz, Luke G, Micro Mike. There's a whole bunch of them. Go check them out, man. They do some really cool stuff. They're really great. Um, Everything King. All these guys know what they're talking about, and they're realists. They don't just blow stuff up just to make you guys feel good. They know what they're talking about. So go check them out. They're really good quality content. So, sorry, bleep. Giants fan is annoying as fuck. Yes, sir. Only real concern right now is the O line. Everything looks good. Um, we didn't. I don't. I'm trying to look up the whole because I'm trying to figure out who we took the last couple of rounds. I was surprised we didn't take an offensive lineman actually. Um, but we didn't fill the void of TJ Lang, which I don't know if there's going to be a high demand for someone trying to get rid of the guards. You don't see too many offensive linemen who are established getting traded very often because they are very rare to come by. They don't really ask for trades. You don't really see too many trades of star players in the NFL. There's a few every once in a while. It's not like the NBA where people want out of a situation. Um, but nonetheless, yeah, that is a whole. What's going on, Michael? Mike, I was just talking about you. You just missed your plug. If you would have been here 5 minutes earlier, you would have heard your plug. But you can rewind it, go back in time. You can hear your plug again. Yes, that's a very good point. That is for the run game. For the pass game, you kind of both thought them as receivers, but I like the combination of TJ and Jesse James, the Outlaws. Very, you know what? I'm a wrestling fan. At least I used to be back in the day when it was good and entertaining. We can call them the New Age Outlaws. You heard it here first. You already know Jesse James is called the Outlaw. TJ is the New Age Outlaws. And if you didn't know, your ass better call somebody. Goldberg. See, back in the day, I was more WWE, so I didn't watch a whole lot of WCW. And from what I can tell, when he came in, 2003, 2004, that really wasn't the Goldberg of WCW. And I know he came back like last year or something, but I don't watch wrestling anymore. It's not very good. So I don't know. I don't know the real Goldberg. But I watch people like Rock, Stone Cold. Those guys are the favorites. But I like the name for the New Age Outlaws. I really do. All right. Let me see if I can find who we took. Oh no, I keep trying to find it, but I keep getting distracted. I'm sorry. Very unprofessional. I haven't watched it consistently since like 2009, 2010, right around that ballpark. It just fell off completely. All right, let me go Detroit Lions draft picks. There we go. Um, Yeah, they changed it in like 2001, 2002 because of the internet. They had WWF for the World Wildlife Federation. They sued them, so they had to change it to WWE, which that was the beginning of the end. Really, after they bought WCW, that was the end of good wrestling. It was still entertaining for a long time, and it fell apart. All right, so T.J. Hawkinson, Jabroni, Will Harris, Austin Bryant, Amani Owari. We took a wide receiver, Travis Falgham, Old Dominion. We took a running back, Ty Jackson. We took another tight end, Isaac Natua, Natua, and defensive tackle P.J. Johnson. I don't. That's kind of a P.J. Johnson. That's a weird one. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Yeah. I think Owari is going to be the steal. And I know he was one of the guys we were talking about taking in the third or fourth round. So to get him in the fifth, that's a steal. Go check out Z Presents. He's got some mixtapes. Go check him out. Go check him out real quick. You better be pretty confident in your content if you're gonna plug it like that, man. Just saying. Don't worry, I did the same thing when I was starting out. The key to being established, just consistency. And then eventually, when you get dope like me, you get low quality webcams and a decent mic. But I gotta set my room up. I don't know how I want to do this yet, so that way I don't have to hold the mic. But I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I'm just teasing with you, dude. I'm just teasing. There should be one of the most entertaining seasons for the Lions in quite a long time. Quite a long time. Am I still sounding good to you guys? I can't listen to what I'm saying. So I don't know if I sound quiet because I'm trying to sound quiet because I have to hold the mic. Let me go back to my phone. Okay, it sounds loud. Okay, it sounds loud. It's weird, man, because I'm talking so quiet. I don't know what are those people called who have to whisper? They talk like this, so that way you can barely hear them. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those guys, because I'm talking really quiet. Like you have no idea. So that must mean I got my money's worth out of this thing. Yes, sir. You got it. I don't know how to pronounce those things. I don't know who watches those. I don't know what their purposes are. And frankly, I don't care. They are weird. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. They're weird. They are very weird. But speaking of the topic of wrestling, it feels like I'm cutting a promo holding the mic. I kind of like it. Hopefully, I can do more stuff with this. I gotta find an editing software. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use for YouTube yet. So that way, when I don't go live, I can make my videos this way because I like the way I sound with this mic. I really do. But unfortunately, I make most of my videos when I'm on lunch break. That's just when I have the most free time to do it. Because when I come home, I'm usually tired from work and just want to chill. But I'm gonna try to do more of these. I like the way I sound. I like hearing my own voice. I do. Well, from what I can tell, most of them are females with their cleavage out. So, I mean, I like titties as much as the next guy, so I might check them out later. I don't know. Um, but yeah, man. Only thing um, I'm not really sure about on here is if I can save the intros that I've had for my phone, because I've done everything off my phone since I've started YouTube. I've streamed a couple times off of my PlayStation and Xbox, which the Xbox ones don't turn out well because there's like a bazillion steps to do it, and you can't stream it straight off your Xbox. But um, I'm going to look into that, and hopefully I can keep using this mic because, again, I like the way I sound. Plus, I spend a lot of money on this stuff, and I kind of want to get it back out of it. If you smell what the Drew is cooking. Maybe I have to make a ASMR video about the Lions and see how well that does. I have a notification that I went live. Well, thank you, YouTube, for telling me that I'm live. I don't know what I'd do without you. How would I was supposed to know if I was live? I wouldn't. If YouTube didn't tell me I was live, I would have never knew. We can take the North if Mr. Trubisky doesn't take a leap of in his, I guess, potential. If Mitch Trubisky somehow shows up this season and has a semi decent year, we might be in trouble. But I feel people are going to kind of adjust to the way Chicago's defense was playing last season. Defenses kind of have to mix up how they're playing because a team like New England watches your study and they watch and study your film. There we go, Drew, and can learn to pick it apart. So Mitch Trubisky is going to have a lot more pressure on himself, um, a lot more responsibility, especially after trading away their running back. Its name escapes me right now because I've have 1.5 million names on my mind right now. You guys know who I'm talking about, though. So I don't think they made any key additions offensively, but he's going to have a baller season for them to win the NFC North because Minnesota feels, I guess, disappointed is the correct word, or underachieved last season, especially with paying Kirk Cousins all that money and not even making the playoffs. So they are going to come out swinging, I think. But the Lions have improved a lot. I think that's an understatement. They've filled holes almost at every position except for the offensive guard spot. But again, I think adding Jesse James and TJ can help fill that void. So we have a very good chance of winning the NFC North. And if not, we have a very strong possibility of being a wild card team. Yeah, I was just joking. I'm not going to do that. I can't talk like this for the whole time. I want to kill myself when I talk like this. Plus, I really don't want to make out with my microphone. Yeah, not my type of video, man. But hey, if you're into that, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Again, I just think I have to change right now this webcam because I'm not really digging it. I don't know if I can adjust the brightness on here yet. I don't think I can. I can mute myself, but that's about it. I think that'd be kind of defeating the purpose if I muted myself. I feel like I'm just rambling on and not talking about the Lions. Am I talking about the Lions enough? I don't think there's a possibility of not talking about the Lions not enough. Yeah, maybe that's the case. You know what? We're getting equipment here, one piece at a time. This is just a work in progress. You know what? Hold on. Let me try something right quick. I can't believe I didn't think about this sooner. A little bit. A little bit better. Okay, I can dig it. A little bit. Maybe I just need to lose some weight. Maybe that'll fix it. Probably not. Let's see here. I wrote down a note somewhere that I was going to talk about, and I don't know if I saved it. This is really handy for me, um, just from the sheer fact um, I can kind of make bullet points of what I want to talk about instead of just looking like a moron drinking beer. But it worked for Stone Cold. It can work for me. Let's see here. You think the Lions will get more than 9 wins? Again, I don't know. This team still has to prove to me that they aren't going to take games off. I know against teams like I think Kansas City is probably the toughest team to play this season, unless the Madden. Whoa, excuse me, the voice cracked though. Unless the Madden curse takes effect and Pat Mahomes falls apart or something. I really do think they're the toughest team this season. And last season, we've proved to teams that we aren't going to necessarily roll over for them. We're going to make them work. I mean, the two best games, in my opinion, last season is obviously one. I mean, okay, I should say top three because blowing out Green Bay in Green Bay was awesome. But I was really trying to think about beating New England, who eventually went on to win the Super Bowl, and almost beating the Rams, who went on to go to the Super Bowl. And those were really the two most competitive games. I liked how Bill Belichick said he took what the Lions were trying to emulate into the game defensively to take away their explosive offense. That's pretty much the same model that they used to beat them in the Super Bowl. So I think playing teams like Kansas City are going to be a little bit closer than you think. Although Kansas City's got a lot of firepower, I'm just worried about the teams like I don't even know who the worst. Let's say Arizona, because they're the first week. Those are the teams that really worry me more because I think we might try to take a game off, which there's only 16 games. You got to play all 16 of them. It's not like NBA where you get 82, which you're not supposed to take any games off no matter what. But yeah, 16 games, can't take any of them off. And if they come out hungry and surprise the people, 9 wins is doable. Again, I think they'll be 8-8, 7-9 at worst. Oh yeah, he's suspended, isn't he? They are still a very dangerous team, nonetheless. But that should work out in our favor. I like it. I mean, sucks for Kansas City fans, but don't get people who are going to beat women. Or was no, that was Tyreek Hill. No, was that Tyreek Hill who did that? I know Kareem Hunt did it. Is that what Tyreek got in trouble for? Which one? What did Tyreek get in trouble for? Was it domestic violence? Oh, that's right. He pulled an Adrian Peterson. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I don't. I don't. It seems like more people who play baseball and get drafted, who also play football, choose the NFL more. I don't know what's behind all that. Yeah, I seen we just drafted another tight end, which I don't know anything about him. I just had his name pulled up here. I think it was a weird one. Let me see if I still have it pulled up. Isaac Natua, not Nada, now Nada, Isaac Nada, maybe. I ain't got a clue. Oh, lovely. I don't get personally. I don't get these players um, who are millionaires. Don't. I mean, once you get that high, there's no excuse for you to constantly be on drugs, to beat women and children, and to go to clubs carrying pistols and shooting mofos, killing people. Although Ray Lewis was in charge of that, I just don't get it, man. I mean, these guys have potential to be super mega rich, and they're blowing them away. Especially Tyreek Hill, man. They have a legit chance of winning the Super Bowl this season. So not only does he get to be rich, he has a chance to be rich and a champion. And they're blowing it away. That's why you only see me drinking beer. Because you can't get in trouble for drinking alcohol while doing a live stream. You can put that in your crack pipe and smoke it. Make that your YouTube comments in every other video. Or I don't know. Yeah, I don't mind the pick of the wide receiver. Because really outside of Marvin Jones and Galloway, we really don't know who our third option is going to be. Like I know we got Danny Amendola, but he's older and he might not be necessarily the third option. I still like Powell. I think Amendola is just going to be here for more of a leadership role, but nonetheless, he should. I mean, he should be the third option. The thing about Marvin Jones is his contract is actually pretty good for what he's worth. I don't think we overpaid for him, so I don't think he's going to be overrated. But eventually, this will be Kenny Galladay's team. Whether Marvin Jones is going to allow that to happen or not. So he is our future. Oh, he's 6'2"? That's pretty good size. Yeah, but he's getting to the point where he needs to pull over and refill. He's almost on E. Which I'm not mad we got him. I mean, we got him for a decent price. I feel Danny personally. Well, I hope, yeah, he's going to be the slot receiver. But I feel Danny is just going to be here to teach the young guys Patricia's system and show them what it means to be a champion. I'm not necessarily sure how productive he's going to be. I'm not sure if he's going to be like the Anquan Bolden, where Bolden put up pretty decent numbers for being that old and not getting as many snaps. Bolden was more of a red zone threat. This guy's just going to be. I feel he's going to be involved a lot more in the play action. I feel play action is used this season heavily. This offense isn't going to be the same. Thank God. I couldn't say that enough. But this offense is going to be more run heavy. You will see Kerryon Johnson, and I don't know if C.J. Anderson or Zinner or even Riddick is going to be the second option. But they'll probably get Kerryon's going to get most of the carries. I think they're going to keep him just under about 20 touches, somewhere between 15 and 18 touches a game. They don't want to burn him up, which is smart because you're going to look at Saquon Barkley, who is going to get somewhere between 25 and 30 touches a game, and they are going to kill this kid over there in New York. So they're doing the smart thing with Johnson and saving him for the long haul. But play action is going to be very, very heavy. A lot of draw plays, a lot of I even think we're going to have a couple flea flickers this season. But nonetheless, Kerryon Johnson is going to be the vocal point of this offense. We're going to probably go as he goes. If he has a monster game, we are going to be in it. Stafford's going to have a lot of the pressure taken off of him. And we got some really good run blockers. So when that happens, you're going to run the ball very hard. Our offensive coordinator is very run heavy. He was in Minnesota towards the Brett Favre era. And Brett Favre was more of a game manager. There was a couple times he threw the ball 30-plus times. But it didn't happen a whole lot. Adrian Peterson got a lot of touches. And Adrian Peterson really started to break out. He still had some fumble issues. So that's when they let him Brett Favre a little bit more. and he's been in Seattle for the last few years, and Seattle's constantly been one of the best run teams in the league. I always spit facts. I'm like a human Snapple. I know what I'm talking about. But they're protecting Stafford more. Stafford's going to have uh, a safer season, I believe, because the last 2 3 seasons, Stafford has taken some hard, nasty hits, and it's finally good to see that they're going to protect him. And I just feel the whole mindset for drafting TJ was a protecting Stafford move. You get him a nice target. This dude is pancaking people. I don't care if you like plain chocolate chip, blueberry, banana pancakes. This dude is going to pancake someone, and it's going to be amazing to watch. And Jesse James is not a bad run blocker either. You have two very solid run blocking tight ends. And what's wrong with my voice? What's wrong with my voice? True. What is wrong with your voice? I don't know. They said I sounded fine. Do I sound weird now? Oh, I was on a hot streak. Don't tell me I sound weird now. Am I good? Am I good? Test one. Test one. Guys, tell me if I'm still good. All right. They say I sound good. All right. Don't scare me like that, man. Um, but anyway, as I was saying, if I can remember, let me take a swig to see if I can remember. um, yeah, the whole mindset of getting Jesse James and TJ was a protecting Stafford move. You really don't have a whole lot of, I should say, history with these guys, chemistry. Um, that might be the only bad side to this season. It's just the timing with these guys. Obviously, he's had Jones and Galladay for a few seasons now, but Stafford's never really had a good tight end to throw the ball to consistently. Pettigrew caught him every once in a while, but then fumbled him, and we all know about Eric Brickhands. So it's going to be nice to have two tight ends who necessarily aren't the most athletic guys out there. But if you give them both the ball in their hands, they're going to catch it, which is something we've desperately needed. Someone reliable, someone who's, if Stafford's in the general area, they're going to catch it. So that gets contagious. When guys don't drop passes and consistently catch them, everyone feels let down when they drop one. Now, when they do drop one, that gets even more contagious for some reason. But it's going to be nice to have reliable targets for Stafford when he does throw the ball. All right, now let me get caught up on these comments here. I know I missed a few of them. You guys to tell me I sound. Now it's about time to protect our QB. Stafford's the face. We paid him so much money. Excuse me. For him to get like he's been hit is unacceptable. I love the addition of TJ. You heard Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia said when they were looking at him, he checked every box for them. So that's good. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, he has a very good chance. Maybe not this season, because I'm not even sure how much he's going to play this season. I hope he plays a little bit. But he has a very strong chance to be a top 5 tight end in the league. So he can be compared with the Gronks, who is now out of the league. So there is a spot officially to be the best tight end in the league. But you got, see, I don't know why I lined out there. Oh God, who's the guy from? I'm having a brain fart. Zach Ertz. So I mean, he's got very good chance to be up in the conversation with those guys. I mean, he's got to earn it. It's not just going to be handed to him, but the potential for this guy is there. I guess you can even put Eric Ebron in that conversation now, since he led the league in receiving touchdowns and tight ends. But this guy's going to have a lot of red zone looks. But majority of the red zone are going to be run plays, especially with the 2 tight ends set. And first and second down, you don't succeed. If it's third and short, you probably power it up there 2 more times. But That's going to open up play action in the red zone, and that's going to be him easy money all day long. People are going to be, I should say, almost scared of this guy as hard as he's blocking people. It's almost embarrassing as a defender to get pancaked for pride's sake, especially when you got those big boys, 350 pounds to 250, which I guess that's pretty much everybody, but those are some big boys. Those just aren't people you see walking around all the time. Those are some big boys, and to pancake them, that's impressive. That pick sold me as soon as I seen on ESPN him showing them pancaking people. So that's what really sold me on TJ. But that's enough about the offense for right now. That's I think I broke that down in about. But this defense is what's really got me hyped up for this season. I think that this team defensively has a very strong capability of being a top 5 to a top 10 defense. Patricia is a defensive coach. He's gotten the players he's wanted. Trey Flowers being the biggest one. He coached him over in New England. You got Coleman, who was a Patriot for a minute and went to Seattle. Helps form the secondary needed. Snacks, obviously. Hand, Robinson. I mean, we got some big names out there. Where's the most? You can put him anywhere on the line. You can put him on inside or outside linebacker. He can switch it up and give the opposing team different looks. So you never know where he's going to come from. So that way the same blocker can't get to him twice. And not to mention pairing him up with Devon Kennard, who had a very good season last season. I think that's the correct way of saying that. And obviously, Jared Davis should take another leap, or I should say at least a step in his career of getting better. But this defense could be very scary. Very, very, very scary. And I think getting a guy like Trey Flowers, who's been with Patricia, can help the rest of the defense buy into the scheme, which last season we've seen them adjust and get better at time. The thing that's frustrating about Patricia's defense is a bend and don't break kind of a defense. So they give up a whole lot of yards, but hold you to field goals. And it puts pressure on your offense at the same time to keep up with that, to at least get field goals. But I'd like to see them ball hawk a little bit more with Darius Slay. That's the only complaint about it. I feel last season at the same time, we had to stick with the 4-3 because that's how we were built. And I really think Patricia wants to transition to the 3-4 because that's what he ran in New England. We did run 4-3 a lot last season. I'm curious to see if we officially switch to the 3-4 or stick with the 4-3 or maybe keep it 50-50. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's going to be Patricia's team to, I guess, just rock and roll with. This is really his first season to judge him and how well we play. And if they buy in, we should be a pretty nasty defensive team, which, again, that takes a whole lot of pressure off of Stafford. Stafford hasn't had a great defensive team since we played the Saints the first round of the playoffs, which that's been a long time. So it's going to be nice to see that. I mean, you can't really regress. If you regress, there's going to be some serious problems in the front office and people will be fired. And I don't want to see that happen again. What's going on, Will? I mean, the expectation last season for this team was to make the playoffs since you fired Caldwell, who was constantly going 9-7 and getting you into the NFC North division title race and the wild card race year in, year out. And that's the model we got to live for this. You have to establish a winning culture here. And I really like having a defensive identity. And I've said this in almost every video I've talked about the Lions. I don't know if you guys are getting sick and tired of me saying this, but it's about darn time the Detroit Lions had a defensive team, and that was their best attribute was defense. I mean, it's been the success for all Detroit sports teams throughout history. The Pistons come to mind instantaneously thinking defense. Both the bad boys and the going to work Pistons. The Detroit Tigers always have Gold Glove winners like Pudge and some of the best pitchers to ever play the game. The Detroit Red Wings, amazing goalies, hit hard, fight, poke the ball or puck away. I almost said ball. Yikes. But that's the face of Detroit is defense. And the Lions have been missing that. They've had some quality teams defensively, and they've had some that have been in the top five over the years, but they haven't had a defense year in, year out show up constantly. So you guys kind of know where I'm going with that. Defense does win championships. And, a lot of teams are heading in the offensive direction. You can always see that in the playoffs. You can have the best offense in the regular season going against the best defense in the regular season, and I'd say 7 out of 10 times the defense wins. It's always harder to play against tough defensive teams than great offensive teams, and it's really just a mindset. I'm not saying you don't want to have a great offense because that's obviously ridiculous, but at the same time, I'd rather have a great defense than a bad one, and I'd rather have a bad offense than a good one. Don't. That came out wrong. You guys, no, don't. Then better because your offense, no matter if you're the best in the league or the worst in the league, is going to have its bright spots and it's going to have some hard times. Defense is a mindset. If you play hard defensively, you're going to get burned every once in a while, and the other team will get lucky. But you'll have more success over the years playing harder defense than great offense. This is how it works. I mean, nothing wrong playing offense, and I know I sounded dumb there for a minute. Don't hold me to that. I'm sorry. Came out totally different than what I wanted it to. Yeah, hopefully you guys understood where I was trying to go with that one. I'm gonna leave that one at that before I make myself sound more stupid. There's a reason I'm here doing this right now, and that is because I sound stupid, and you guys like making fun of me for sounding stupid. Yeah, that's right. All right. The next thing I wanted to talk about, let me see, was potentially rumors. A little while ago, and at the beginning of this week, I'm not sure if it was a Monday, Tuesday, or a Wednesday, but Darius Slay and Ndamukong Suh had a workout together. I am very concerned that Suh has not been signed by a team yet. He had a fairly good season with the Rams last season, teaming up with the best defensive tackle in the game in Aaron Donald. And I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a contract with somebody yet. And I don't know if he's in talks with somebody or what, but nonetheless, I think that there is a potential for him to come to the Lions. I really do. How good is it? I don't know. I feel he kind of hates Stafford. He's throwing a little bit of shade of him last season. But maybe he wants to come back and prove to the fan base that he's sorry. Because the rumor, and again, I can't confirm or deny it, that before he left, we offered him a lot of money, and he was going to accept, and then inevitably declined and went to Miami. Again, I can't confirm or deny that. That was just a rumor I've seen, but I would love to have Suh back. I think somewhere in my pile of jerseys, I may still have his jersey, and it's time for me to dust it off and wear it. I'd love to have Suh back. Another one that has surprised me is Ziggy Ansah. He has not been signed yet. Obviously, injuries are playing a role with that one. But nonetheless, when this dude is healthy, which he has not been in a very long time, He is one of the best edge rushers in the league. And I guess teams don't want to take the risk on him because I know he wants a lot of money. What, we paid him 17 million last season, and he's been hurt for most of last season. Excuse me. I'm just surprised both of those guys are still available. I really thought someone would have nabbed him up. I figured like someone like Philadelphia, especially would have took Sue. But nonetheless, he is still a free agent. And again, I don't know if he wants a lot of money, if he's giving up ring chasing, or if he wants to go somewhere and eventually um, win a championship, which the best case for him would be go to New England, which I don't think they're going to put up with him. Yeah, man, him and Slay had a workout session together. I think it was in Houston because I think that's where Slay is from. I think it was his training facility or something. They were somewhere. I don't know exactly where it was at. All that Slay did was post a picture of him and Sue together on like a little practice field. Now this is totally my speculation. I can't put any facts behind this. It's just for entertainment value. But I would love to have this dude back. I really would. I really would. I miss having someone stomp on Aaron Rodgers and offensive linemen and kicking people in the nuts. I miss it. Plus, having him and Snacks on that defensive line, oh, that would be nasty. Could you imagine that? Two big boys like that clogging up the middle. We ain't running. We'd have the best run defense in the league. Which I think that should really improve this season nonetheless anyway. But man, having him and Snacks in that middle, that would be just nasty. Absolutely nasty. I couldn't. Oh, talk about. Oh, I mean, just watch some of the highlights of him and Darnold playing last season together. No one was running up the middle until they played New England. New England pretty much did whatever they wanted. Same with New Orleans. Actually, New Orleans ran the ball extremely well against them. Yeah, I think Han could play edge. I really do. I think Han's talented enough to play any spot on the defensive line, and I think actually having Trey Flowers kind of shown him how it's done could help him. Our defensive line is extremely talented and versatile, with the exception of Snacks. Snacks has got to be up the middle. He's just a big boy. But I think, I guess Ashawn Robinson should stay up the middle too. He's kind of a bigger boy. But I think the edge rushers are strong enough to play in the middle and also fast enough to play on the edge, which that's what you want in a defense line. You want talented guys who are versatile and can move around. That's kind of the motto in all sports, to have versatile guys. That's really Patricia's call to make. I wouldn't be surprised if he played either or both. It might just depend on injuries. Injuries are a part of the game, and unfortunately, they do happen. So this is probably going to depend on injuries. It really is. But I think primarily, our most in need is edge rushing and linebacker. So he might mix it up and play both. I don't know. Again, that's totally on Patricia to make that call. I don't know. I wish we had a clear cut answer, but the Lions like switching people's positions and making them I don't know, more effective. Is that the right word? I think so. But nonetheless, again, another talented guy where we can think about him playing both D line and linebacker. Again, just very talented and versatile. I love having versatile guys that play more than one position. Because there's always that one point in the season, before or after the bye week, where you're pretty stretched thin with injuries and you need someone to step up, and having guys like this where they can fill more than one position is huge. Absolutely huge. Can't stress that enough. Let's see. Just got a text from Luke G. Says that he likes the Jabroni pick. I think a lot of people like the Jabroni pick. Let me text him back right quick. But yeah, I think we've done a solid job drafting. I think this has been one of the greatest off seasons in Lions history. How many times can we say that? Probably the year we got Reggie Bush. Did we get Reggie Bush and Nate Burleson at the same time? I think we did. That may have been maybe the best offseason since then, and that was what, 2013? Did we have Burleson before Reggie? I don't know. Someone tell me about that in the chat. Did we have Reggie come in the same time we had Nate Burleson? Because I know as soon as we got Reggie Bush, a lot of people got hype. Rightfully so. Let me Google that right quick. Hey Siri. Oh, I don't gotta say that. I hit the thing. Stupid. What year did the Lions sign Reggie Bush in free agency? In freezing? In free agency. So that was 2013. He signed a 4-year deal. That was a pretty hype. So when did we sign Nate Burleson? The Lions sign. If I can type, I could have told you this by now. Oh my god. Get out of the way, please. No, no. Nate Burleson. Load, load, load. Oh, that was 2010. We signed Vanden Bosch and Burleson in 2010. So that's another good one. So, I mean, we've had some all right off seasons. Back to my point, though, is this is probably the most hype off season in a minute, in a very good minute. I mean, what, 2010 is almost 10 years ago. Versatility breeds longevity. You're exactly right. How likely are you to recommend Google Chrome web browser to a friend? Not very likely. So why don't you pancake your ass out of here? Thank you. But nonetheless, man, I am 100% times 100% times 100% times 100% times 100% ready to get this NFL kickoff going, man. I am ready to rock and roll. I'm like this every season, man. Especially the seasons last season where we get burned out because you never after the first 2-3 weeks we're expected to make the playoffs, where you're and then you miss it. And I miss it. I'm ready to have my football back. I miss my Lions. I miss being over excited and cheering, and also being very low and miserable. I swear I'm gonna have gray hair before I turn 30, rooting for this team, but I love it. Again, they're tatted on my arm, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I am with this team, whether we go 0-16, 16-0, and everything in between. And that is the bottom line, because Drew said so. And if you're not down with that, I got two words for you. I had a clever way of saying it, but I'm going to say suck it. Which is only a matter of time. Um, before we have people from other NFC rivals coming into my videos and saying we suck, which they haven't been wrong, but they're not right. Um, let me tell you this right now, Don. If I get overexcited, I will get out of control and I will say some stupid stuff. I have done it before. I have seen myself do it, and I try to stay mellow and calm as possible, so that way I sound intelligent, and you guys won't crucify me. Because if I get hot, like mad, you won't like me. Excited, I become a non-realist. I become the opposite of 97.1 the ticket. I will tell you anything and everything you want to hear, and I don't want to be the guy that just has blind faith into the team. I love this team, and I hope this team goes 16-0 and blows everybody out and wins the Super Bowl. That's what I want. And no matter how excited or calm I am, it's not reality. I am a realist. Okay. Again, do I think this team's good? Yes. But there is a possibility we do not make the playoffs. I love this team. I'm excited for this team. I don't know if I'm overexcited for this team. Um, at the same time, though, I have them tied on my arm. I kind of have to roll with them, man. But majority of the time, I don't get overexcited because I say some stupid stuff. I really do. I'm a stupid person. I'm a dummy. Which I think most people can relate to that. All right, I think I have. Let's go. I think I have my one postponed. Yeah, I gotta delete that because no one's gonna want to watch that. I had the other stream postponed because I did not know how this was going to work. And you know what? I think all in all, we've been on here for about an hour, which does not seem possible. But I think all in all, the stream turned out very well. Again, you guys seem to like the way I sound. I think I like the way I sound. We've had some good talks, some good conversations, and you guys know how to make an hour fly by. So thank you all who came out and continue to support this channel and Detroit sports in general. I know everyone who does all this shares a lot of love and positivity. I am very curious to see what some people, I'm not going to name drop, have to say about this offseason that are so negative about Detroit sports teams. But nonetheless, thank you guys for coming out tonight. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, we can do some more of these. Again, I got to find somewhere to put all this stuff to not hold this microphone because I feel awkward traveling it down, and I feel like I'm cutting a promo for WWE right now. But Instagram and Twitter, both of those links in the description. So go follow your boy there and join the population outside of YouTube. Really, Twitter. I'm really active on Twitter. Post a lot of dumb GIFs, but I am a GIF god. So if you like those, they're like the cousin of a meme. So go check me out there, especially. Also, for those of you guys who are watching this for the first time and have made it this long, I don't know how you've done it. Kudos to you. But next to this description, there is a little bell. You want to click that. So when I do go live, when I post a comment, post a video, you will not miss it. Because I should be your top priority, your only priority. I am kidding, but I would appreciate it if you hit the bell so that way you can be the first to join live streams and talk football, basketball, whatever we're talking about for the day, and talk it along with me. Oh, I've been a Lions fan my whole life. Trust me. If I was a religious person and had as much, I mean, I don't know if I'm really. We're not going to talk about religion that much, but I'm just saying, if I was a religious or as strong in religion as I am about the Lions, I would be a deacon and probably be the Pope. Just saying. That's how much I have faith in the Lions year in year out. And it's like going back uh, to a person who beats you in a relationship. You know you're gonna get Ray Rice in an elevator, but you love him and you come back anyway. You know how many black eyes, how many heartbreaks I've had over the years for the team, more than I can count. But beginning of the year, they look fresh, they look new. I come back and I forgive them and I accept them back into my life and we rock all over again. And more times than not, they make the same mistakes. They punch me in the face. They break my heart. But every once in a while, there's a little bit of positivity. And we haven't been happy in 50 some years. I strongly believe this is different. This just feels different. Everything feels different. From the positivity to the way we're drafting to the way the fan base is acting. It just feels different. There's actually some hope here. We are trying to build something. We have a plan, and it's to be the Patriots, the greatest football team of all time. And when you're trying to emulate that and you have a game plan to do that, there gives us hope. Now, whether in the long run it works out or it doesn't work, I cannot tell. All I can tell is there is people. If you study history throughout wars or movements, hope is the beacon doing something very great or to achieve your goals. A lot of underdog stories start with hope. You think about war stories like 300, where they were severely outnumbered. They had hope and they lived for a long time. This Honolulu blue runs through my veins. They give me hope year in, year out. Whether I'm stupid or just loyal, however you want to call me, they give me hope. And hope's a on hope. And he was there for 8 years. People like hope. You give people hope, they come and support you, no matter what. And I'm getting very out of my zone here. I've already talked about religion and politics, which I do not like to do. I do not like talking about that stuff. I have a very strict viewpoint on keeping those stuff out of other people's lives because all they do is start fights. So just know that that is never my intention on this channel. Everyone is welcome except for Packers fans. You guys can just click the dislike button and never come back again because I hate your guts. But everyone else is pretty much welcome here. Rather, what you believe, who you follow politically, I don't care. Your beliefs do not affect me. My beliefs do not affect you. So I don't talk about it because all they do is start fights. And I like to keep my as far away as that stuff as humanly possible. Because in a world where everyone's fighting on social media day in day out, um, whether you are a dark donkey or an elephant, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care one way or the other. Um, I just want my entertainment to be entertainment and my escape place through it. So that's why mostly when I post here, I'm just mellow. Like this is what I do for my relaxation. It gets me away from the world. That's and just helps me relax, man, mellow out. So again, I can't thank you guys enough for coming out to these things and supporting me. It means the world to me. But I'm gonna wrap this thing up 10 minutes ago. So again, thank you guys for coming out. I appreciated it. Had a lot of fun. A great season this year. So with that being said, hopefully you peeps have a good night. Be safe tonight. Don't party hard too hard. And I will see you peeps in the next one. Peace. I said peace.